yesterday for us too, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And it's about like connecting with your higher self, pretty much, like connecting with your purpose, the web of all life, coming out about your true beliefs. Yes, so being true to yourself, coming out about your belief system, whether you feel like you're gonna be judged for it or not. People talk about like closet witches and shit like that, like, and it's true. Like, a lot of people don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't even feel comfortable being myself in front of, like, say my aunt, you know, like, I wouldn't, like, tell her all the stories, you know, like, I don't even want her to know that, like, that I'm writing a book or type, you know what I mean? Like, there's people in my family who don't even want to know about that, because, like, there's just so much shit that is going to be, it's my whole life story, and they don't need to know that shit, like, they just don't. But at the same time, like, I have to be my authentic self around whoever I'm around. It doesn't matter if they're, you know, people that I feel I'm going to be judged by, or if they're you guys that I know I'm not, that I can be vulnerable with, that I'm not going to get judged. Funny because she's like, so Lady Titania. It's kind of a fun name to say. It's kind of a fun little word to say. Titania. Okay, so we're going to look at her. Oh, she came right out. Number 5. Bringing people together in life-changing, sacred, and meaningful gatherings. Stop. I can't wait to tell Bobby and all them about this reading right now. That's crazy. So the first sentence, like the first couple words, not even the full sentence, the first couple words just like told me like, yeah, the colors are like me. So bringing people together in life-changing, sacred, and meaningful gatherings. Mothering others joyously, being greater than you appear to be. Understanding the need for joy and happiness in gatherings that delight in the company of soulmates. Family agreements and pacts that are reinforced through celebration, coming together in community with friends. Finding your soul family. Being protected and nurtured by friends and soul family. And another card that I got earlier, like when I did my reading for this morning, was talking about like finding a new family, like extend like your soul family, like in another way. It was basically just saying it in a different way. I'm vaccinated. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But you know what? I was actually watching a video about that, and they were talking about like it was on Spirit Science, one of my favorite YouTube channels, and it was talking about how you can purge anything from your body. You can purge any trauma. You can purge any shot or vaccine or anything that is not good for you. You can purge it, right? You can get rid of it. You can expel it from your body. You can transmute that energy. Energy can either be destroyed or created. It can just be transmuted and you know, change and evolve. I was watching this and it was really, like, the explanation made a lot of sense. I'm not saying that I'm anti or pro. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you, works for you. And I think everybody's different, and I think everybody deserves a chance to do what they want to do. No one should be forced to do it one way or the other. And I shouldn't be forcing my beliefs on anybody, and no one should be forcing their beliefs on to me. You know, that's what freedom is. That's what free will is. But anyway, I'm on a tangent. What I'm saying is that they were explaining this guy, one of the people on the Spirit Science team, like that is like a part of their, you know, group, their soul family, got the vaccines, and then another one got one got the Pfizer vaccine and one got the Johnson, right? And they both, I don't remember which one or like what, but I know at least one of them was talking about how like at first it felt a little weird, but he was able to get back to his self, and he was able to purge it out of his system, like whatever the negative, you know, aspects of it was. But he was able to purge that out of his system and just kind of do it because of whatever, you know, his reasons were. But it wasn't something that, like, you know, now he's like a zombie for Bill Gates, like people think are gonna happen. Like I'm one of those people. I'm scared, like I'm not gonna lie, but you never know. And you can always transmute any kind of energy. Like we're transmuting traumas and stuff that lives in our body from ancestral, you know, cycles and generational like shit that we didn't, you know, that we didn't really have control over or break the cycle until, you know, this lifetime. So it's important for us to understand you can purge anything out of your body. Like, don't quit your job. If you have to get vaccinated for your job and you love your job, like, you can purge that out of your body. Like, you can expel and transmute any energy, and that's all it is. It's just another form of energy. Now, I'm not saying, like, go get it if you don't have to, but get it if you want to. It's not any, like, either way, you know? So my views on that have changed a little bit since I watched that video on here, but honestly, I don't think I will because this shit gets censored so much. I'm not even gonna do that. I might share it on my backup account. It might go on my backup account. I think that's probably how I'll do it, but because it was a really good video. I love Spirit Science. They have a lot of good stuff. My son was like, he's so into it because it's a cartoon. So he'll like he loves Spirit Science. He'll sit there and watch it with me, like, and they're talking about deep ass shit, and he's so into it, like so into it. Like, he'll go up to the TV and try and like climb up to the TV because like he loves it. So it's a great way to like educate yourself, and like if you have kids, it's a great way to educate your kids too, because it's a cartoon, but it's it's more than an educational cartoon. Like it's a spiritual, scientific aspect of like putting those things together. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, you guys, stop. It just came out again. That's some shit. Like, this is so amazing. Like, I can't even, I'm gonna have to show them this live. And then this is the other one that I got this morning too. You are a peaceful being, okay? So allow that yin and yang energy to flow. Like, another thing that I was learning about yesterday when I was watching these Spirit Science videos, because I haven't had Netflix, so I've been watching a lot more YouTube, and I think that's like good because I watched Infinite, and that like opened a lot of doors for me that I didn't want to open again, that I needed to. So I'm happy that I watched it. About how our divine, that like Kundalini energy is divine feminine, right? Like, that's that divine feminine flowing through us. And we have to, in order for us to fully awaken, we have to be willing to allow that to flow and allow like the flow of both divine masculine and divine feminine, because I'm very much like an overanalyzer and overthinker. So even when I got a reading from Ashley, she was like, stop, like, you need to allow that divine feminine energy to flow through you better, because you do overthink everything. And I do. And that's why I went through so much, because I was just overanalyzing and overthinking so much when I was so young, and I wasn't ready for that awakening. Like, it was very premature. At 16 years old, you don't need a Kundalini awakening, let me tell you. My mom last night picked these up, and I was like, don't touch them. And then I took them and I knocked on them, and she was like, can I knock on them? And I was like, conscious, aware eating. I don't know who needs to hear this, but they had me look at this card. And this card says the levers at the feast, so I'm going to look at it real quick. But it is about conscious and aware eating. So, like, there's a really great way of intuitive eating, which is what I've been practicing. Now, I need to study it a little bit more. I don't know that much about it. I know that, like, basically you just, like, use like your intuition to choose what you eat, when you eat, like following, like listening to your body, right? And that's probably, I have a feeling that this card is going to be about. Oh, and I opened right to it. That's hilarious. All right. A time of happiness and well-being after a lean time eating well. Understanding that food is energy, and that this energy becomes our body, extending out into our energetic field and influencing what we attract into our lives. In many ways, this card indicates that we must not only eat with joy and relish, we must understand the healing power that food brings to the body. Food is medicine. Like this morning, I was like so excited that I got to see the sunrise, y'all, because you can sun gaze 30 minutes, like within 30 minutes of the sunrise, and within 30 minutes before the sun sets, like as the sun is setting, 30 minutes, like before it's out, you know, not out, but you guys know what I mean. Before it sets, you can eat 30 minutes. It has to be though, like within that first or last 30 minutes, because otherwise it hurts your eyes. Sun gazing is another really great way to like collect energy, and that's basically like a form of eating. Sun gazing is a very powerful way to collect information, downloads, connection, like with your guide team and all, like with your higher power. Food is medicine. Food can heal. Food can harm. Make your choice one that is life affirming. So allow yourself to, like, when you're eating, like, be conscious of what you're putting into your body and if it's going to help you or hinder you. Like, for me, for instance, like, I have a very, very bad sweet tooth. Like, I have no teeth, okay? I mean, I have teeth, but you guys know. I've had to get mad teeth pulled because I ate so much sugar. I still eat so much sugar. And having a sweet tooth is one thing, but you don't have to have, like, refined sugar to satisfy that. You can have, like, you know, like those Outshine bars that have actual, like, fruit in them. That's a good, like, you know, desserty type thing that's not ice cream, or even sherbet isn't really, like, fruit, you know, it's ice cream. And, like, fruit can be a really, like, satisfying, like, thing for your sweet tooth if you're not buying all that other sugar. If you don't get used to, like, that refined sugar and you're eating, you know, apples and oranges and blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, whatever it is you like, grapes, like, there's so many different really great fruits, watermelon, you know, mangoes, so many fruits, star fruit, dragon fruit, whatever you like, that can be a great substitute for that refined sugar, and it allows you to get that same, you know, for me at least, like, I get that same satisfaction from eating that because it's sweet without, like, feeling like shit about eating it because I had, like, a bunch of candy, you know. And I do have, like, I've had a sweet tooth issue my whole life. So it's important for us to be aware of what we're putting into our bodies. And as we're eating, looking at the colors of the things you're eating, also be conscious about that. Eat with intention. Intuitive eating and intentive eating with intention is also important. Like, as you're eating, like a red apple, think about your root chakra and how it's helping, you know, that chakra, that energy center. I'm not saying, like, you can never, you know, enjoy some ice cream, but I'm saying just don't overdo it, you know, and be aware and mindful of all those things you're putting into your body, because, like, your body's gonna react whether you want it to or not, and it's not, like, my body's not happy with me most mornings. So, you know, it's important to be aware and mindful of that kind of thing. They really wanted me to talk about that, I guess.